Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharmishta and this is English with Sharmishta. From the title of the video, you must be able to understand that this video is going to be about clauses. You must be aware of the fact that clauses are very important because they help us to transform sentences and also to recognize simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentences. Before coming to the point today, I am going to tell you a story. Once there lived a little girl called Meera. She lived in a house which was very small, and she lived with her grandmother who was quite old. Her grandmother cooked the food and did all household works, and she used to collect flowers from the forest which was close to her home. With the flowers she used to make garlands which were very beautiful. Meera used to sell those garlands when they needed money. One day they had no money to buy rice. So Meera went to the market to sell the garlands. It started becoming dark and no one took garlands from Meera. She was very upset. Then a man came who looked rich. He asked her the price of her garlands. She expected that he would buy a garland from her. She told him the price and the man told her to give all her garlands. Meera became very happy and the man gave her the money. But Meera couldn't see how much money he gave in the darkness of the evening. After returning home, she saw in the light of her earthen lamp that the man had given enough money to last for a month. Meera and her grandmother thanked God for his kindness. This is a little story that I wanted to tell you to show you what are clauses, how are they used, and what are its kinds. A group of words which form a part of a sentence and that part contains a subject and a predicate of its own, like a complete sentence, but it's not a complete sentence. It's a part of a sentence. That part of a sentence is called a clause. So when I said that Meera lived in a house which was very small, here which was very small is a clause, and this clause defines the kind of house in which Meera lived. The quality of the house is defined by this part of the sentence. It has a subject and a predicate of its own. We are talking about the house. So which is the subject and was very small is the predicate. So it is a part of a sentence, yet it has its own subject and predicate. So it is a clause. Plus it does the work of an adjective. It qualifies the quality of the house. So in that way this is an adjective clause. So here which was very small is an adjective clause. Then I said she lived with her grandmother who was quite old. So I am talking about the grandmother, and the quality of the grandmother is told in who was quite old. So who was quite old is again a clause, and it's an adjective clause because it qualifies the grandmother. Grandmother is a noun. It qualifies a noun, so it's an adjective. So this is also an adjective clause. Who was quite old. I had told Meera used to collect flowers from the forest which was close to her home. So where was the forest located? Which was close to her home is a clause, and it defines where was the forest located. So it talks about the place. So it is adverb. Whatever talks about place is an adverb. So this clause which was close to her home is an adverb clause. Here the clause works as an adverb. Then I said she used to sell garlands when they needed money. When answers the question about time. Whenever we talk about time, it's again adverb. Adverb of time. So this clause, when they needed money, is an adverb clause. So here you get two adjective clauses and two adverb clauses. In the market, I told that a man came who looked rich. Again, the man's quality is defined in the clause who looked rich. This is a clause, and this clause is again an adjective clause because it qualifies the noun man. Again we get a sentence, she expected that he would buy a garland. What did she expect? So it answers the question what? Expecting what? So the answer is that he would buy a garland. This is a clause and this answers the question what. When the question what is answered and it becomes the answer becomes the object of expect. So this is a noun clause that he would buy a garland. So this is a noun clause. And at the end of the story, what did Mira see in the light of the lamp? That he had given enough money to last for a month. What did she see? So, what question is again answered? That he had given enough money to last for a month. So, what question is again answered by this clause that he had given enough money to last for a month. So this line again becomes the clause and this is a noun clause. So in this story we get adjective clause, adverb clause and the noun clauses. In this way you can understand clearly how an adjective clause works, an adverb clause works and a noun clause works. You will understand further how these clauses work in compound sentences and complex sentences. Simple sentences do not have any clauses. They are simple and they have only one part. They don't have different parts, so they are simple. In simple sentences, there are no parts. In complex sentences, there are parts and the parts are the clauses. And in compound sentences also, there are parts. So, how the clauses work in simple, complex and compound sentences can be understood only after you know about clauses. So, this is the video about clauses for you to understand what are clauses, what are the chief types of clauses and how they are used in the sentences. In this story, you get adjective clause, adverb clause and noun clauses. These are the three types of clauses mainly used in English grammar, and how they are used that also I have shown in the story. So your first step to understand the clauses are to recognize what are clauses. Where are they within the sentence? When there is a subject and a predicate and it forms a part of a sentence, it's not the whole of a sentence, that is a clause. And how the clause can be called a noun clause or an adjective clause or an adverb clause, you can understand that by understanding the meaning of the clauses, how it acts in the sentence. Does it act like a noun, an adverb or an adjective? You have to understand that. That will help you to recognize whether it is a noun clause, adjective clause or adverb clause. When you will be able to understand this, you will be able to understand how a clause helps us to transform a sentence from one form to another. From a simple sentence to complex, from a complex sentence to compound, and similarly in the other way round. So, you have to understand what are clauses and what are the types of clauses. This video is mainly about what are clauses and what are its types. That's all for the video today. I hope you understood this video. I hope it will be really helpful for you to understand the basic knowledge of clauses, and I hope you liked the video. So if you liked it, do like and share it, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and keep reading, keep listening, keep practicing and keep learning new things, and do take a very good care of yourself till I come with my next video. Bye for today.